Okay, it's 14th of September 2023, Thursday. It's just turning 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just done an hour's worth of songwriting. And I was basically just working on one song, really, which it's like, it's at that stage where the song's kind of finished, but I just need to like move the lyrics around. And sort of, when I get to like 90% point with a song, there's often like a lot of different lyrics that could go in a lot of different places, and it's just like a case of not even like just sort of like playing it over and over till I like feel it, because I often like, just by playing it over and over, you eventually like figure out where the lyrics feel better, because it's not always a logical thing where certain lyrics should go. I might go into more detail with that on a different video, but I did my hour songwriting, and I find that if I do my songwriting like the first thing in the morning, because that's my number one thing, being consistent with that, then the rest of the day just has a lot more of a lightness to it. And if I don't do that, and then I kind of get distracted, then I can start to feel like I just want to waste the whole day, and that's what I actually did over the last 2 days. Sometimes, if I don't have any work to do that's like involves me, working with other people or going out of the house, I can like tend to waste time, and I don't like that at all. And that's why I'm gonna get a day job as well as having my music job on the Friday and Saturday night, because I just, this flat, it's quite small, and it can get quite warm at the moment, and also there's lots of building works going on all the time, which just makes you feel like just getting out of the house. So I think having a job would just get me out of the house. And I also, like some of the previous videos I made where I was like making strategies of like the work I was going to do, I didn't follow through on that at all, and that's why I've dropped off posting for a bit, because I feel like a bit of a fraud. And also, like, the name of the channel was Sober Songwriter, and I haven't really been being sober, so I've been doing all right though. I mean, I've been doing quite a bit, like a lot of songwriting and taking care of stuff. But it's like, I think there's a phrase called, is it imposter syndrome? When you start like doing channels and stuff, or just start trying to be something that you are not used to, and then when you don't follow through, you feel like a bit of an imposter. So I might actually change the title of this channel to something else like Consistent Songwriter, because the number one thing to me is that I stay consistent. Like, that's what makes me feel like proud. Like, I think like being generally sober is obviously optimal, but when I think of like my vision for the future, it's like, it's being consistent with all the things I need to do, especially songwriting. Because if I just do an hour, I've gone through periods since I got this sound booth. I've been pretty consistent with the songwriting, although it's kind of, I might have like dropped off it for a few weeks at a time, but I've always gone back to it, and that's because I ritualized it. I ritualized the process with I did, doing 50 minutes at a time on a timer. And having this sound booth has just really, really helped, because it means that there's not really much resistance to doing it, because no one can hear you when you're in here. And I've got it all set up as well. It's so important for me to to have certain things. If things are all set up and ready to go, I'll do my thing. And there's stuff in my life that hasn't been getting done, and that's because it's like not like set up. Like, I don't know, like say building a website, or like just putting songs on Spotify, or just doing this kind of project type work, which kind of it always seems to be like second or third priority. It never seems to be first priority, so it always gets kind of put off. But I'd eventually like to get better at that side of it too, the sort of marketing side. Because I think I'm pretty good at the songwriting now in terms of just I'll just do it. I will pretty much, 5 times a week I will do an hour of songwriting, and I might even go a bit longer. But I'll make every week I get about 7 hours of songwriting done. I think that because I keep it tracked in a spreadsheet, 7 hours a week. And I see on YouTube how like they say, like I just search for like some songwriting videos, like songwriting tip videos. I don't really like most of the videos I've seen because they say things like how to write 1 song a day. I don't. That doesn't resonate with me at all, to write 1 song a day. I mean, I'm never. I can see like some certain types of songwriters might want to do that, or say 1 song a week, but I've never been that fast at doing it. And also, why can't you just do an hour a day, and then the song just gets completed when it's completed? Because if it's a really like sometimes like the lyrics take ages, and just why do you want to have this thing where you're finishing it 1 a day or 1 a week? I don't think you have to do that. But I guess it depends what type of a songwriter you are, because if you're doing it for some kind of a online business, then maybe it doesn't really matter if you're just trying to grind them out. But what I like to do is like do like a ritual. Usually, first thing, do your 50-minute songwriting where you're just playing guitar over the headphones and kind of singing the sort of songs that you're working on, and maybe new melodies might come out. And then just in that period, I'm also like looking at my lyric book and trying to change the lyrics and stuff like that. Just very simple, no pressure to get anything finished. And then things just as the months go on, it slowly gets finished. Yeah, and the other thing that I've noticed recently is that I can't do after I do 1 to 2 hours work, I got to get out of the house and go for quite a long walk, and that makes me feel like so much better. Like, and usually like walking down to Roundhay Park, not walking into like the busy city centre. It's like the combination of like getting like the vitamin D from the sun plus the walking and just moving your body, and then sitting in nature. I sat by the lake in Roundhay Park yesterday, just sat there, and then I walked back, and it was quite. I mean, it was over 10,000 steps, but then I think that's really good for like setting your circadian rhythm right, which I wasn't always that good at early in the year, because I wasn't going out and getting that sort of sun and that walking done during the day. So I'm gonna be doing that definitely. Well, I say definitely. I'll let you know, because what I am going to be doing is making a consistent video every single day. And I'm going to be doing my 1 hour songwriting in the morning every day. So I'm just going to make like a little 10-minute video after I've done it, just to say if there's any lessons that I've learned, just to keep me on track. And if anyone is following this channel, maybe that will help you guys with whatever creative thing you're doing. Alright, I'll catch you later.